Okay, hello, this is on your P card. I'm here concerning trial D-101-CV-26-007-699. Okay, yes, for some additional medical expenses for not showing up. This is me 2 days after the trial. You see, fungus was growing all over my face, and it was spread all over the courthouse. I'll just go through the evidence. All right, Exhibit A. This is part one of the escrow payment, part two of the escrow payment, and this is Exhibit B, part two of the escrow payment. Exhibit 3, this is a signed document showing that my rent wasn't the full market rent in July 1st, 2025. Okay, that was Exhibit C. Exhibit D is that there was a snowstorm, and this is when they kicked me off the program, unjustly program that I'm able to be on because I'm disabled, and this is proof that they did all that, all of those illegal underhanded tactics during a snowstorm. And this is Exhibit D. Exhibit E. Exhibit E is just part two, just showing the extended dates of the snowstorm. By the way, the snowstorm was from January 2026 through February 2026, and there was icy roads, and I'm disabled, and I completely have to rely on somebody to get from point A to point B. Okay, so Exhibit A, B, C, D, E, and Exhibit F. This is the full market rent that they're charging y'all at once. And also reminding the court that in 2023, a document was signed saying that Rideout Heath and Enterprise Residential would no longer use these underhanded tactics and charge me for all this rent all at once after I proved that I did my recertification process properly. So this is literally illegal. Okay. This document right here is Exhibit F. Sorry, I'm kind of sick. Exhibit G is yet another recertification, and this has a rent that is not the full market rent. Hold on, I'm sick. Exhibit H, final exhibit, is, you see this negative right here? This is when I went to the courthouse to dispute an eviction in which they dropped a lot of charges, and on that same day I paid the full amount for rent, and this was the day I believe that I made the escrow. So on this 100% proves that my rent balance was zero in January, and then I paid my February rent, and now they want to charge me full price for March rent. Huh? I'm just gonna real quick make sure it's still recording. Okay. All right. Now this is what I was going to present to the courthouse. Okay. Your Honor, Andre Pinkard, present. Before we proceed, I move to consolidate this case with my pending rent escrow case, D-101-CV-26-007-699. Both cases involve the same dispute over a legal rent amount and the landlord's failure to process my subsidy. I also asked the court to take notice that I am a disabled individual on SSI, and this filing was initiated during a severe snowstorm, which triggers protections under Maryland Real Property 8-401F. Okay. And just so you know, this is the escrow payment. Once again, Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Sorry, I'm sick. complete proof that I paid my rent. All right, the plaintiff claims I owe rent at a market rate of $1,461. This is factually incorrect and legally impossible under HUD regulations, HUD regulations. Okay, I have maintained meticulous records, and I have provided the court with my HUD 500598 form showing my legal tenant rent is one blank. I don't want to say it on YouTube. Is the whole thing? Very sick. Okay, but these are various HUD documents. Okay. And 50059, there you go, right there. It's my 50059 form. Okay. Oh, hold on. And I have physical proof that, hold on real quick. Pause this. Excuse me, I'm very sick. Okay, sorry I was sick. I had to do certain things. All right, this isn't a marked exhibit because this is just a lot of information. But this is the relocation documents that they sent me. And just real quick, to inform the court, they were supposed to pay me 42 months of rent to assist because they had to demolish the neighborhood. I didn't sign this because I want to verify certain things with my legal team, and I'm not doing this not signing thing out of irresponsibility. I'm doing this because Rideout Heath uses a lot of underhanded tactics, and every time I sign something, they try to use it against me. And I have several emails that I can prove that I always clarify that when I know they're trying to lie to me or use underhanded tactics against me, I acknowledge that I'm just trying to assign the document to avoid further abuse tactics, and I'm re-signing it when I'm 100% sure that I'm not being abused or something heinous like that. But yes, they owe 42 months rent. Hold on, sick real quick. Sorry. Okay, sorry about the sickness. I took advantage of the opportunity to look something up. To make it easier for everyone in the court to understand. Assuming the information in the prior examples, the down payment assistance payment would be $5,880. The amount is 42 times 140. The difference between the base monthly rent for your present home, 210, and this monthly rent, an estimated average monthly utilities cost for a comparable replacement home, $350. The full amount of the payment must be applied to the purchase of the replacement dwelling. Long story short, I was originally owed a lot of rent money. As a disabled person, I'm allowed to receive relocation assistance, and then using underhanded tactics, literally illegal tactics to kick me off the program. They basically guaranteed I wouldn't get several $1,000s of relocation payment. Hold on, I don't want this to look unprofessional. Okay, I'll start this statement again so everybody's not confused. Sorry for the court. All right, Your Honor, there is a border context here. Enterprise Residential and Rideout Heath are planning to demolish the community. Sorry, that's called. I have received a general information notice regarding my displacement. Under the Uniform Relocation Act, URA, I am entitled to significant relocation assistance, which is Germany, but I just showed everyone in court. By filing this eviction for an inflated rent amount, the landlord is attempting to manufacture a non-payment status to disqualify me from federal relocation benefits I am owed as a displaced, disabled tenant. Okay. I also wish to present the court service inquiry. Okay. Go to that. Oh, sorry for making an unprofessional sound. Okay. regarding servicing inquiry for people that might not understand some legal jargon. It's the escrow payments where I basically paid my rent to the courthouse instead of Rideout Heath servicing inquiry. When the court attempted to serve the landlord for my escrow case, it was returned as no such address. The landlord is providing the court with fraudulent or non-existent addresses to evade my legal claims while simultaneously using this court to seek my eviction. This is a clear abuse of process. Okay. Because this administrative error, sorry, I have to cough. This is why I'm recording this. Also, Rideout Heath likes to take advantage. They know I'm disabled and I twitch a lot, and I can make a lot of people itch and twitch. And the most professional way I present this is by recording a video. They take full advantage of my quirkiness and literally try to say I'm crazy when I'm trying to present or sign something. Crazy and irresponsible. There you go. It's extremely horrible. Okay, I'm done coughing. It wasn't that bad. Okay. This just has to stay on the screen. I'm too sick to manage multiple things at once right now. Alright, this is my final inquiry. Because this administrative error puts my housing subsidy at permanent risk, I respectfully ask for a finding of fact that I have complied with my HUD obligations, an administrative inquiry to the Housing Authority to ensure my Section 8 status is corrected and protected, a stay of proceedings until the landlord proves they have complied with all federal displacement and relocation protocols. Quick cough. Okay. Hold on. Is this playing? Okay. All right. That's my whole statement, and that's my whole case that I'm trying to prove. I'll also talk to Maryland Legal Aid because they have my 2023 contract, and it proves that they use the same exact tactics when they were trying to kick me off of the recertification process, or just use underhanded tactics when I was filling out the recertification in general. All right, so I'm gonna post this to YouTube, and this is what I was supposed to say on January 13th. I'm disputing the judge closing the case because I thought the judge would rule in my favor because the escrow payment was a blatant lie on Rideout Heath's half because they claimed I didn't serve it and they claimed I didn't pay rent. And I showed physical evidence that I did pay rent. And regardless of anything, the court received evidence that I paid my rent to the court. And that's it.